Hello and welcome back to Focus Atlanta again. I am your host, Keisha Lansland. Thanks so much for continuing to watch. In this segment, we're going to talk a little bit about how to avoid summer learning loss for the kids. I'm here with Ryan Lufkin.
Keisha, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, you got to give me a little detail. What are parents struggling with in terms of making sure that everything that the kids have learned throughout the year doesn't just kind of fall by the wayside?
Yeah, I think there's perception, and it's actually a measurable decline in learning that students experience between the summer over the summer break, and so a lot of times they'll slide back in math competencies or reading competencies, and then they have to catch that up at the beginning of the new year, and it's a little bit of the 2 steps forward, 1 step back, I think, for a lot of students.
Wow, is this a particular age range? Or are we talking about basically this happens for kids, throughout their educational career?
It's really kids of all ages. It's one of those things where they leave the structured pathways of the school year and spend their summers, maybe playing video games, maybe, going outside, which is, not a terrible thing in and of itself. But they're not really focused on learning in a way that is productive.
Okay, all right. Well, is there anything that we can do as we support the children in our lives? What can we do to help to, mitigate the circumstances?
I mean, there's so many different things. One is, just reading. Encourage them to read. Find those topics that they're interested in and they want to pick up a book, right? Screen time is not all created equal. Help them focus on productive uses of their screen time. Maybe that's going to Greece and exploring ancient sites on Google Earth, or using apps that are really gamified to help students stay on top of their math and develop new math skills. There's so many different options. I think we have this tendency to think that screen time is bad in and of itself, and it's really not if we go to the right places.
You're right. That's the first thing that I thought of. I was like, oh no, we're always trying to keep the kids off of the screens. But you're right, there are more than enough educational opportunities with them during that screen time if we just kind of corral them in the right direction.
Yeah, even YouTube has, my son, he knows all the stats for every team in the NCAA basketball, tournament. And I'm like, how do you know this? And he said, YouTube. You can watch a highlight reel of every player that's out there, right? And that's something that really engages him. And so I think that's the aspect too is, we don't need to try to recreate the structure of the school year during summer. We just need to encourage them to find those things that they enjoy about learning, because we're really moving from, a K through 16, K through 20 learning cycle to a lifelong learning cycle. We're going to be going back and doing encore career upskilling, reskilling throughout our life cycles. And if we can instill that love of learning young, they'll be so much better off for the long term.
Oh, I love that. Just instilling the love of learning. That in itself is a great tip to, help to relieve the stress of, that summer learning loss. For parents who have not tried these things, what's a small little step? What's that first step that you want them to take? Like, we want to ease them into the process.
I mean, one is take them to the library. There's so many books out there, right? If they learn on Kindle or they want to read digitally, there's so many books out there. But I think the big piece is finding them. I experienced this with my own kids, finding the things that they're interested in. And when you see that click, suddenly they like reading because they like what they're reading. They like math because they're playing a game that they really enjoy. And so if you go out and just do a little research on the web, there's so many apps out there that approach it in different ways. And there's so many different, great authors out there. Just find what they're interested in and help them engage that way. That little bit of guidance really can go a long way.
Oh my goodness. And this little bit of guidance really is going a long way. Thank you so much for coming on this show. So, so often we feel like these issues are insurmountable and we don't know what to do and, it's just going to happen. But you've given us some great tips, things that we can do to help move our students along gradually. Thanks so much. It was good to meet you.
Thank you, Keisha. It's great meeting you as well.
All right, guys, there is something that we could do. We could, take part in helping the students to continue that learning. It can be fun. It could be interesting. Basically, what you've got to do is tailor it to what they like. Tailor it to, what they're already interested in. And you can maybe get over this hump and the 3 months will be over before you know it. Thanks, guys, for tuning in to this segment of Focus Atlanta. We'll be right back with more.